In the wild, survival isn't guaranteed, especially for the youngest. They all face countless dangers. But nature has armed them with incredible instincts. So, how do these fragile creatures grow into the rulers of their world? Let's find out right now. Picture a sun-scorched savanna, the air shimmering in the heat. Suddenly, you catch sight of 3 tiny furballs, lion cubs, tripping over each other in the tall grass, more fluff than fierceness. You'd never guess these playful little cubs grow into the mighty rulers of the savanna. Right now, they're all about clumsy pounces, squabbling for milk, and curling up against their mother's warmth. But being born a lion doesn't mean you're born a king. In fact, for a lion cub, the wild is just as dangerous as it is for its prey. Tiny, blind, and completely helpless. That's why a lioness keeps her cubs hidden for the first few weeks, far from the rest of the pride. Hyenas, leopards, even rival lions, everyone is a threat. If a new male takes over the pride, he won't hesitate to kill cubs that aren't his. It's brutal, but in the wild, survival isn't fair.
Several months later.
As you would expect, cubs don't stay fragile for long. Within a few weeks, their eyes open, their legs get stronger, and soon they're tumbling over each other, biting, wrestling, practicing for the battles they don't even know are coming. Play isn't just play, it's training. They learn how to fight before they ever learn how to hunt. When they're strong enough, they finally meet the pride. This is their family, their safety net. The lionesses work together to raise them. Older siblings become playmates and teachers, and even the dominant male watches over them if he's their father. But the wild never stops being dangerous. Starvation, drought, rival prides, every year only a fraction of cubs make it to adulthood. But the ones who do, they become legends. The young males grow into warriors, fighting for a pride of their own. The females become fierce hunters, leading the charge to bring down prey. The cubs that were once helpless are now the ones ruling the savanna. Now, moving on to elephants, let's just say that being born the largest land animal on Earth doesn't mean life starts easy. A newborn elephant may weigh over 100 kilograms, but in a world of giants, it's still small, fragile, and completely dependent on its herd. From the moment it stumbles onto its feet, survival is a team effort. Unlike lions who grow up in the chaos of a pride, elephants have something different: guidance. Mothers, aunts, sisters, every female in the herd plays a role in raising the young. But even with a family this strong, the wild is still unforgiving. A calf must stay close. Falling behind means becoming an easy target for lions, hyenas, even crocodiles lurking at the water's edge. And then there's another challenge: learning how to use that trunk. At first, it's just a clumsy, wiggling mess. Flopping, twisting, completely useless. It takes months to figure out how to grab food, spray water, and communicate through subtle gestures. But once mastered, it becomes an elephant's greatest tool. A nose, a hand, a weapon, and even a voice, all in one. As the calf grows, so does its role in the herd. Young males grow more independent, eventually leaving to join bachelor groups or roam alone. But the females? They stay, taking their place in the family structure, ready to raise the next generation. And at the center of it all is the matriarch, the oldest, wisest female, the one who remembers every hidden water source, every migration path, every danger. She leads with knowledge, not power. Because for elephants, survival isn't about being the strongest. It's about being the smartest and never facing the wild alone. Let's take a closer look at cheetahs. From the second they're born, the clock is ticking. Unlike lions who have the backup of a whole pride, cheetahs grow up with one protector, just their mother. And she has her work cut out for her. The first few weeks are all about staying invisible. The cubs are tiny, barely able to crawl, and completely defenseless. That's why their mother moves them constantly, hiding them in tall grass, hoping danger doesn't catch their scent. But hiding only works for so long. Within a few months, the cubs are on the move, following her through the open plains. They're clumsy, slow, nothing like the sleek hunters they'll become. But they watch. They learn. Every hunt, every chase, every mistake, it's all training for the moment they'll have to do it alone. And that moment comes fast. By the time they're just over a year old, their mother is gone. No warning, no final lesson. One day she's there, the next she isn't. And suddenly everything depends on them. Basically, they have it pretty tough. Some won't make it. But the ones who do will become the fastest animals on the planet. Changing roles from the hunted to the hunter. Now, if you think hyenas are just scavengers, think again. In the wild, survival is about strategy, and no animal plays the game better than a hyena. But before they become the masterminds of the savannah, they start as tiny, scrappy cubs, in a world where even family can be a threat. Hyena cubs don't get a gentle introduction to life. They're born in underground dens, eyes open, teeth already in, and instincts firing. And from day one, it's a battle for dominance. Hyena cubs settle things early. Who eats first, who gets priority, who holds power, and sometimes the stakes are life or death. But growing up in a hyena clan has its advantages. Unlike solitary hunters, they don't face the wild alone. The clan is everything. Cubs stay close to their mothers, learning not just how to hunt, but how to steal, how to intimidate, how to outmaneuver bigger, stronger predators. Because lions might be the kings of the savannah, but hyenas? They're the ultimate tacticians. For the last one, let's change the scenery a little bit. If survival had a difficulty setting, sea turtles would be playing on the hardest mode possible. No protection, no second chances. It starts before they even hatch. Beneath the sand, deep in their nests, dozens of tiny turtles are waiting for the right moment. When the temperature drops, usually at night, they know it's time. They dig, clawing their way up to the surface, instinct telling them to run before they even know what danger is. But the chaos starts before reaching the water. Crabs lurk in the shadows, waiting to snatch up stragglers. Gulls circle overhead, scanning for movement. Every step toward the ocean is a battle, and only a lucky few make it past the gauntlet. And even if reaching the water doesn't mean they're safe, for most, the odds win. Out of thousands born, only a handful will survive to adulthood. But those that do, they return. Years later, the same turtles that once crawled across the sand, barely bigger than a human hand, will rise from the depths. Massive, armored, unstoppable. They'll cross oceans, defy storms, and one day come back to lay eggs on the very same beaches where their journey began. Survival in the wild is no joke. Every animal has to fight, learn, and adapt just to make it. And honestly, their stories are just insane. If you love this journey through the wild, let us know. Drop a comment on which animal amazed you the most. And if you want to see more like this, hit that like button. It helps way more than you think. And if you're into epic wildlife stories, go ahead and subscribe. There's so much more to explore, from the smartest hunters to the most unexpected survivors. Stick around, we've got some wild stuff coming your way.